Today, we're diving into the most outrageous abuses of presidential pardons in history. Some shocked entire nations, while others were so absurd they sparked outrage. One of the most shocking self-pardons in history belongs to Augusto Pinochet, the Chilean dictator who ruled for 17 years. During his reign, tens of thousands were murdered or disappeared. Yet, before stepping down, he pardoned himself and all members of his military government, ensuring he would live out his days in peace. To this day, victims' families are still fighting for justice. Donald Trump also made global headlines when he pardoned 4 Blackwater contractors in 2019. These mercenaries were convicted for killing 14 unarmed civilians in Iraq, including 2 children. Their crimes were well documented, but Trump's pardon set them free, sparking international condemnation. One of the most disturbing pardons came from Ugandan President Idi Amin, who orchestrated the ethnic cleansing of 300,000 people. Yet, instead of facing justice, his successor, Milton Obote, pardoned him, allowing Amin to live the rest of his life unpunished. Another jaw-dropping example happened in Canada in 1960, when the government pardoned several Nazi war criminals who had fled to Canada after World War II. Even though there was proof they had participated in mass killings, they were pardoned under the excuse of avoiding political tensions. This decision remains a dark stain in Canada's history. The biggest mass pardon in history happened in France in 1981, when President François Mitterrand issued a broad amnesty. Thousands of criminals, including violent offenders and even members of terrorist organizations, were released. The result? A massive spike in crime that left the public furious. One of the most controversial pardons ever was Gerald Ford's pardon of Richard Nixon. After Nixon was caught in the Watergate scandal, he faced serious legal trouble. But Ford, just weeks after taking office, granted Nixon a full pardon, shielding him from any criminal investigation. Many Americans saw this as a betrayal of justice, sparking nationwide backlash. When it comes to personal favoritism, Bill Clinton takes the cake. In his final day in office in 2001, Clinton pardoned none other than his own brother, Roger Clinton, who had been convicted on drug charges. The most ironic part? Roger got arrested again for another crime not long after his release.